Have you ever felt like you're slowly disappearing in a relationship? Like your needs don't matter, your feelings get twisted, and no matter what you do, it's never enough? You might be dating a narcissist. And no, narcissists aren't just obsessed with mirrors or taking selfies. They're often charming, attentive, and magnetic in the beginning. But over time, their love feels more like control. Their attention turns into criticism, and the relationship starts to feel like walking on eggshells. Let's break down the signs so you can stop doubting yourself and start seeing things clearly. You deserve to understand what's really going on, because once you do, everything starts to make sense. You may have blamed yourself, thinking you just weren't enough. But the truth is, the problem started before you ever showed up. The emotional confusion, the push-pull, the sudden silence after a sweet moment, those aren't accidents. They are tactics. And if you've ever felt like you're being slowly erased, like you're living in someone else's story, you're not imagining it. You're recognizing the red flags your heart noticed before your mind could name them. Let's name them together. Even if your head has doubts, your body often knows the truth first. That tight chest, that sinking stomach, those are warning signs, not weaknesses. We don't always need proof to walk away from what feels wrong. You're allowed to honor discomfort as data, and awareness is the first step to freedom. Narcissistic relationships often start fast. They love bomb you, compliment you, text you all day. They say you're different, special, or the one. It feels amazing, like you finally found someone who sees you. But that intensity? It's not real intimacy. It's strategy. They move quickly so you don't have time to question it. They create a fantasy version of the relationship and of themselves, and you get hooked on the high. This isn't love. It's control disguised as passion. If it feels too good to be true, it often is. You may find yourself swept into late-night conversations, grand declarations, and plans for a future that feel thrilling, but too fast. They mirror your interests, your values, even your language. It feels like you've found your soulmate. But what's really happening is that they're gathering data. They're learning what you crave emotionally so they can offer it, temporarily. This whirlwind creates dependence. You start craving their attention because it felt so complete. But true love takes time to build. And if someone is rushing that process, it's often a distraction from something deeper. The love bomb phase isn't sustainable. When it fades, and it always does, you're left confused and craving the version of them that no longer shows up. What was once magnetic becomes manipulative. And by the time you start questioning things, you're already emotionally invested. You stay hoping to get that original version of them back. But that version never truly existed. It was a role they played. Then comes the turn. The compliments turn into backhanded comments. The attention becomes inconsistent. They go from warm and affectionate to cold and distant. You start wondering, what did I do wrong? You try harder. You shrink yourself. You overthink everything you say. But no matter how hard you try, it never feels like enough. Because the problem isn't you, it's the power dynamic. Narcissists thrive on keeping you off balance. When you're confused, they stay in control. They may criticize you, then say they were just joking. They may invalidate your feelings or call you too sensitive. They may shift blame, twist facts, or deny things they clearly said. This isn't miscommunication. It's manipulation. You start to doubt your memory. You begin to second-guess your emotions. Your intuition gets quieter because they've trained you not to trust it. You end up tiptoeing around their moods, trying to keep the peace. But peace shouldn't require silence. This shift doesn't happen all at once, it's gradual. That's what makes it so disorienting. One day you're laughing together, the next they're distant and critical. And you're left wondering if it's all in your head. It's not. It's a pattern. And once you see it, you can stop blaming yourself for how the relationship feels. This confusion is by design, and your clarity is the greatest threat to their control. Here are the most common signs you're in a relationship with a narcissist. You feel like you're always apologizing. Your accomplishments are downplayed or ignored. They never truly take responsibility for anything. They need constant admiration, but give little in return. They use guilt to control you. They isolate you from your friends or family. They punish you with silence, withdrawal, or explosive anger. And the biggest red flag? You feel like you've lost yourself. You used to be confident, joyful, expressive. Now you feel small, anxious, unsure. That's not love, that's emotional erosion. You may find yourself defending them to others. You make excuses for their behavior. You tell yourself, they're just stressed, or it's my fault. But your body knows the truth. You feel drained, not energized, tense, not safe. You question your own worth more than you ever did before. And that's not because you've changed. It's because the environment is chipping away at your self-esteem. Love should not come with conditions, with punishments, with fear. Love should not require you to disappear in order to be loved. You deserve to feel seen without being shamed, supported without being silenced, valued without conditions or games. It's not always easy to leave a narcissistic relationship because it didn't start toxic, because you still remember the good parts, because you believe if you just try harder, it could go back to how it was. But the truth is that beginning wasn't real. It was a hook. And staying in a relationship where you're always doubting your reality, that's not love. It's survival mode. You deserve better than a love that makes you feel broken. You deserve peace, respect, consistency. You might be holding on to potential, not the present, hoping the version of them you first met will come back. That version was a mask, and behind it is someone who benefits from your confusion. You may worry about what will happen if you leave. Who will believe you? What will they say? But you don't owe anyone an explanation for choosing peace. Leaving doesn't mean you didn't love them. It means you started loving yourself more. Healing doesn't start with the perfect exit. It starts the moment you choose yourself. And choosing yourself is not selfish, it's survival. You're allowed to leave confusing love in order to find clarity. Narcissistic relationships follow a pattern. Idealize, devalue, discard. First, they put you on a pedestal. Then they start to pick you apart. Finally, they pull away or punish you, only to pull you back in again. This cycle creates trauma bonds. You become addicted to the emotional highs and lows. Because the good moments feel so good, you begin to tolerate the bad ones. It's not love that keeps you there. It's the hope of getting back to the beginning. But that beginning was never real. It was bait. They create the wound and then offer temporary relief. So you associate them with both the pain and the comfort. That's how the cycle traps you. Breaking free starts with seeing the pattern and remembering that peace should not feel like withdrawal. You're not weak for going back. You are chemically and emotionally conditioned. The brain gets addicted to intermittent reinforcement. When love is unpredictable, you keep chasing the next good moment. But real love isn't earned through suffering. You don't have to hurt to be held. The cycle ends when you stop hoping for change and start reclaiming your truth. You're not crazy, you're caught, but you can get out. And once you do, the peace will feel unfamiliar, but it's real. And with time, that peace will feel like home. So what does real, healthy love look like? It feels safe, not scary. Calm, not chaotic. Supportive, not shaming. In healthy love, you can express your needs without fear. Your emotions are met with empathy, not eye rolls. You feel seen and heard, not invisible and wrong. Conflict leads to repair, not punishment or silence. Growth is mutual, not one-sided. You don't have to chase love. You don't have to earn it by shrinking. You can be your full self and still be deeply valued. Love should expand you, not erase you. And when you experience the real thing, you'll never want to settle for anything less again. Real love feels like exhaling, like coming home to yourself. It brings clarity, not confusion. It creates space for your growth, not fear of it. You don't have to shrink to keep someone. You don't have to sacrifice your peace to stay close. Healthy love doesn't punish your honesty. It honors it. It meets you where you are and grows with you. That's the love you're worthy of. That's the love you get to give yourself first. Because how you love yourself sets the tone for everything else. If any of this feels familiar, know this. You are not crazy. You are not too much. You are not the problem. You're just waking up to something you weren't meant to carry. And the more you see it clearly, the less power it has over you. If this resonated with you, even a little, subscribe. This channel is your space for healing, clarity, and reclaiming your voice. Because your feelings are real, your story matters, and your healing starts with truth. Subscribe and let's walk through this together. You're not alone anymore. This is your space to breathe, to feel, to begin again. And I'm so glad you're here.